some breaking news literally right now since we started recording, a half hour ago. It's official. Twitter's board has accepted billionaire Elon Musk's offer to buy Twitter and take it private, according to the company. The announcement ends a weeks-long saga Musk kicked off when he offered to buy the company for about $54.20 a share that he said was his best and final offer. This is all from CNBC. I'm just reading it off the screen here. Twitter's board sought to fend off this hostile takeover by adopting a so-called poison pill, but they said, oh, screw it, take it. And that's going to be a $44 billion deal. Now, Musk has hundreds of billions of dollars, but he's not liquid. So he probably had to move a couple things around.
Yeah, he raised the money.
Yeah.
I mean, he got other people.
Right.
I think he raised it. I don't know if it was all his money.
He didn't write a check.
Right.
And now we'll see what kind of changes come in the very near future.
Yeah, well, we have a bizarre relationship with Elon Musk in this society. We love him, and the space thing is great, and the electric cars are all great. Then he gets a little erratic. Then he wants to buy Twitter.
Did he accuse the one guy of being a child molester who wanted to rescue the kids?
Yeah,
Yes.
in Thailand, maybe?
Yeah.
But there was a lawsuit, and I don't know if anything became
That's
of
all
that.
I remember.
Yeah.
I think the guy, the kids were trapped in a cave in Thailand.
Oh,
One
the
guy
documentary is awesome.
was trying to get a semi-submersible
Right.
to go get them. Elon wanted to send one of his submarines over or something. The guy told him to pound sand,
His
and
ego
then
was hurt.
called him a pedophile. And then there was a lawsuit, but I don't know what that lawsuit was.
That's probably exactly how it ended. Let's just make this go away. I'll make it worth your while to just not bring it up anymore.
I don't know. I don't know what he's basing his pedophile on.
He was pissed that they didn't want his little floaty device.
Well, that usually gets garners a douchebag or something. Pedophile runs a little deeper. Now, he was saving kids, maybe just to molest them.
Oh.
Save
The
it all for
spoils
me.
of his
That's
labor?
right, more for me.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
I don't
If you guys
know.
saw the documentary, it was awesome. The rescue on Nat Geo, which is part of Disney Plus. If you have Disney Plus, you can watch it. It's really great. And it would have seemed like a submersible would not have worked because they are tight turns that
Right.
the guys squeezed through.
Right.
So maybe that's where the thanks but no thanks came from.
Yeah, Elon won the defamation case.
So he is a child molester?
Oh, the rich get richer.
I don't know. I mean, Chris can look into it. I
Okay.
suspect he just wants to bring back a little more of the freedom that we all were promised with Twitter, and I think that's what it's going to do. Look, it's not going to be an issue. We'll move on.
All anybody wants is an edit button. So
Yeah.
I think that's, as long as they get their precious edit button, everything will be fine. So this happened a few days ago, as everyone knows, but there is no way in hell we are not talking about it. The other punch heard around the world happened over the weekend when
Tyson.
Mike Tyson beat the shit out of this annoying dude behind him.
Yeah,
And
Sonny was delighted by
it's
this.
so great. Apparently, the guy who got his ass kicked has a rap sheet. So he's no stranger to trouble. Melvin Townsend III has been convicted of fraud and grand theft, burglary, possession of controlled substances, and trafficking in stolen property. He's 36. He was incarcerated for 20 months in 2009.
This is street justice in the air.
That's right. Again in 2019 for 15 months. Tyson was filmed just beating this guy on a JetBlue flight from San Francisco to Miami last Thursday. The man and his companion who shot the video that we'll watch were reportedly harassing Tyson and annoying him.
Shot the video?
Oh, yeah. The friend's commenting through the whole
great.
thing.
Yeah.
I didn't
Police
see it.
have not pressed charges, though Townsend's lawyer argues that Tyson should have just contacted a flight attendant.
Yes.
Here's a clip. This is from TMZ, but it's it was on TikTok or whatever, and it's like a bunch of clips edited together. So here's it's like a minute long.
Mike Tyson, bro. This shit crazy, bro. Mike Tyson.
He's standing above him.
Showing his friend
Got
annoying
lit,
him.
Man, he over here rapping with Tyson.
Tyson's
Mike Tyson trying to get us some
a
shrooms.
super friendly guy until he's not.
Right,
You
sure.
don't know how to act.
He's like an alligator.
Tyson looking out,
Pretty
man.
docile,
That's crazy.
doesn't move much, and
Yeah.
then
You
he
probably
moves.
You his money.
Calling him a peasant because he's flying commercial, I guess. And then here it comes. Tyson
on
over
his
the
feet,
seat.
throwing rights.
And then check this guy out.
Net flight.
Howdy
Got beat
face.
up by Mike Tyson. Turn that way.
Seeing some open wounds.
Got some
Trying to
ring
ask for
marks on his
autograph.
forehead.
This guy's just a clown. Like he's still, like he must be wasted.
Did he was that uploaded to TikTok, I
Yeah,
assume? Or-
yeah.
Wow.
I'm not, I got room, for the family with the 2-year-old who won't keep the mask on and they get thrown off the flight and then they get on some no-fly list or
Right.
something. I got a lot of sympathy for those
Yeah.
people. I don't have any sympathy for this. This guy can take the fucking bus for the rest of his
Oh,
life. He just
fine.
He has gone outside of the social contract. He's proven himself a person who's not worthy of flight.
Are you saying he fucked around and found out?
That's
That's
exactly
right.
right.
That's
what
right.
happened.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something that I think you'll be very happy about because you know how we've talked about, the wife gets what, $1,000 for a wedding dress, and then every 10 pounds she gains, what happens?
Let's see. I got to look it up in one of my
Okay.
books. You get $1,000. That's your base for a wedding dress.
And then every
You have to-
100 you go over, you have to stay that weight.
You have to fit into it
yeah.
for a year after the wedding. So
But-
if you want to go another
Right.
1,000, we got a decade of you trying to squeeze your fat ass into that dress.
Got it. And what's the equal and opposite one for men in the police academy?
Oh, you get one
Bulletproof
bulletproof vest.
Okay.
When you leave the academy at 167 pounds, and if you balloon up to 275, there's gonna be a lot of you to shoot hanging outside that vest.
Well, somebody took you up on that. A new controversial policy is forcing officers to slim down or face consequences. This is out of Texas. KHOU, I imagine it's out of Houston, News in Texas reports that cops will need to lose weight by the end of the year or face disciplinary action. According to documents obtained by the Dallas Morning News, men with waist sizes over 40 inches and women with sizes over 35 inches will now have to track and share their weight loss efforts. Officers who don't trim down by December can be denied promotions, overtime, even removed completely. If the documents, it's designed to keep good health, physical fitness for officers, but those who don't slim down, despite passing all their physical fitness tests, could be disciplined still. The policy applies to 4,000 total officers, and this includes state troopers. This includes the Operation Lone Star guys that are doing the border mission.
Well, look, it's part of the gig. I mean,
Be fit.
it's sort of like being a Hooters waitress. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
You knew the job was dangerous when you took it. I mean, that's what it is. You want to, maybe if you're air traffic controller, we don't care so much. But if you're chasing,
If you're a rocket or a cop,
how are you going to slide across the hood and yell no time for backup when you can't get up over the fender?
right?
You're going to dent that hood.
You're already winded.
Yeah, and look, as much as everyone hates this shit, whether it's a kid or a cop, it is for you.
Right.
It is your health that we're talking about. You're out there, you're exposed to COVID and God knows what else. Lose the weight.
Or even just like a foot,
Foot chase?
Yeah, foot chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they listen to you. Bill Murray, beloved. Everybody loves him. He pops up in people's wedding pictures and random stuff, and everyone's a fan. But apparently there's a little bit of an open Hollywood secret that he's kind of a pain in the ass on some sets, and that's happening again. Production on the film Being Mortal has been halted after Bill Murray, who stars in the movie, who Aziz Ansari is directing, by the way, was accused of inappropriate behavior. According to the New York Post, he was touchy with women. He's very handsy. And they said,
this is inappropriate behavior as of 2022.
Right.
When he was on the set of Ghostbusters in 1986.
Hold
it was
that
not.
thought, because I have other examples. Because that's what I thought. I was like, poor Bill Murray. But now it's like, oh, wait, other people are chiming in. So, yeah, someone even said, it's not illegal, but it's crossing a line. And you go, yeah, who cares? Well, the film, which is Aziz's directorial debut, suspended indefinitely in order to investigate the allegations. And then a lot of other articles started popping up. And here's just a couple examples. So Ben Dreyfuss, Richard Dreyfuss's son, did this long tweet thread about Murray's alleged behavior on the set when they were in a movie together. He says, Bill Murray had a meltdown during What About Bob because he wanted an extra day off. And Laura, she's the producer.
1992?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, it goes back. Laura Ziskin, who is the producer who had her own Twitter thread about fights with Bill Murray, said no. And then he ripped her glasses off her face. And my dad complained about his behavior. And then Bill Murray threw an ashtray at him. And then in another tweet, he said everyone walked off the production and flew back to LA. And it only resumed after Disney hired bodyguards to physically separate my dad and Bill Murray in between takes. And then Lucy Liu chimed in. Remember, everyone said like, "Oh, she was a pain in the ass to work with."
Yeah,
and
he only lasted one Charlie's Angels movie.
Right. And she chimed in back in, 2000 when they were in, Charlie's Angels together. Now, or I guess in the last year, she's opened up about how he would hurl insults at her while filming, and Drew Barrymore corroborated, and Lucy Liu was like, "I don't even need your corroboration. Like, this is what happened." So maybe mercurial on set.
Yeah, I think look, some people just interact differently. Like the guy in the flight with Mike Tyson.
Sure.
Not how we would have handled
No,
Mike Tyson,
no.
but that's how he handles it.
Yeah. In general.
They're guys, it's funny. I don't know, I always kind of picture Leno when I see him out there with the public. He goes and he talks, walk behind someone at the track who's holding a pizza box, and he's like came up, went, "Yeah, have a pizza, and the person was like, "What, huh? Oh, hey, it's Jay Leno." Some people get a little kick of like how celebrities, I should say, like how they make other people feel or doing things. Some will go in and surprise someone and do something. So he's that guy. He's a little nutty too.
Yeah.
I think I don't know how much of it is a dominion. Like I'm the big fish in this pond, and I'm gonna walk up to you and I'm gonna kind of do what I want to do, and there's not really anything you're gonna do about it. I'm gonna dominate you by being weird in a way that you can't really tell me to stop.
But it is weird because like he sort of famous for like not having a way to reach him. Like he doesn't really have like a phone or like a phone number. Like he's kind of all over the map in terms of like eccentricity, and he loves popping up in random people's like bar mitzvah pictures. But he like throws ashtrays at Richard Dreyfuss.
I think he's weird.
Yeah.
And eccentric, and then that could go a million different directions.
Yeah.
That means he could hang out, play the bongos in your apartment with you and your roommate in Austin for 4 hours, and it could be the best day of your life, or you could be ducking an ashtray that he's throwing at you. I think it's just called being weird.
Yeah. Do you guys see the Bill Murray stories?
Yes.
No.
Documentaries? I think I heard about it from you.
Yeah.
Because, it's just a collection of people telling, like, yeah, here we were, my kid's Little League game, and Bill Murray just went in the dugout and started to coach. like stuff like that. Eccentric.
Yeah. I buy that. You just never really know what
Eccentric is stuff that's cool if Bill Murray's doing it, but if just a total stranger does it, it's
Intolerable.
off-putting, dangerous, and weird, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, we have a big follow-up. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you that Red Bull was going to have those two dudes who were cousins fly a plane, jump out in the middle of it, switch planes, and then like take them up, like, and everything's going to be okay?
Yeah, I realized if I tried that with one of my family members, at some point in the air, we'd notice that we're both heading toward the same plane. And I'd go, "We said we're... No. Read the text. You said we're going to switch plane." No, I told you I was going into the Cessna. We'd have a big argument, and then we'd hit the ground.
That's right.
If I tried this with a family member, that's how it would work. What are you doing in the plane?
Stop yelling at me!
Through your voice.
I don't like your tone.
Well, it depends if you're, a glass is half empty, glass is half full kind of guy. It half worked.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So both pilots, cousins Luke Akins and Andy Farrington, engaged their plane's air brake system, then jumped out at 12,000 feet in the air. While Akins was able to get into the other plane, Farrington was not able to because the plane started spiraling out of control. And I'm going to show you. He deployed his parachute, safely landed.
Yeah.
The plane also had a parachute system.
Well, the real people that were in danger with the stunt was the large preschool on the ground, just under.
They could have picked any location.
Any location.
And that's what they picked.
Poorly conceived.
Yes.
Yeah. So luckily, no one was injured. According to the FAA, the stunt was not authorized, and they are not happy. The agency is investigating. There's really no...
I don't know if there's any FAA official that's going to rubber stamp this. So let me hear it again. So you want to go to the back of your plane? No.
No.
I'm jumping out of my plane. All right. So you're parachuting. No.
I'm not
I'm
supposed
jumping
to.
out of my plane. Well, then who's landing your plane? Oh, don't worry. My cousin's going to be
I got
by.
a guy.
My cousin Bo.
Oh, is he a licensed aviator in the jump seat?
He's a kind of a catch can kind of. He likes Mountain Dew. And
Okay.
he's going to be jumping out of his plane. But the two planes are only going to be unpiloted for 40 seconds or so. And then we should be able to get, God willing,
Right.
one of us, although he's not a pilot. But
I'm almost certain this violates some regulation.
let's go ahead and stamp this here. Yeah,
I'd like to see this.
I don't think they would rubber stamp
Well,
that.
this is about, I don't know, maybe a minute or so. I just wanted to get them sort of jumping out of their planes and then see what happens. So here we go.
Power off. Down and confirm. Mixture out. Diving.
They
They
jump
both
out.
jump out.
And it's a little hard
Now, look,
to see.
I can add a lot to this because I did that iFly thing under
Sure,
the fan with
right.
the guy hanging onto my waist
Yeah,
while
you're a
3 feet off
consultant.
the ground.
Yeah.
So I can tell you right now, this is terminal velocity.
Oh, wow.
So they're flying down. The one guy
Not doing so good.
gets into the plane down low, and the other one is spinning out of control. So that one's not
Kind
going
of
to
a
work. So
free
he's just
fall.
going to have to bail on that and pull the chute, right?
Yes. He got the other one.
Yeah,
Well, somebody did it.
Not bad.
not bad.
He's pulling up the little latch. He's commanding control here. He's in the seat.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Now they go after Red. Are they going to go after like Red Bull or something and go, hey man,
Well, if you're talking about empty bags or not, you'd have to go after Red Bull.
who sponsored this?
Yeah.
So one guy made it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not nothing.
No, it's half.
The
of,
other guy lived.
It's half of nothing,
Yeah,
or
that's
it's
right.
more than half of
That's
nothing. All right, but everyone lived,
Yeah.
and they did it out in the middle of
God knows
bumfuck
where,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more because Mammoth's here.
Okay. Well, let's talk. I'm sorry to end on such a sad note, but we do have someone we do hope that they rest in peace. Cynthia Plaster Caster Albritton has died after a long illness. She was 74. The name suggests that she was the one who kind of invented that sort of infamous plaster casting in the 60s and 70s. She's from Chicago, and her whole career launched in 68 when she met Frank Zappa. He wouldn't let her do it to him, but he did sort of help her move to LA and always kind of stayed friendly with her.
She'd hang out with rock stars and get them to put their dick in plaster.
Their erect dick and plaster. And the first, any guess on the big first?
Jimi Hendrix.
That's right.
I was about to say Hendrix.
That's
That was
exactly right.
legendarily.
So the process incorporated a dental mold. You know, when you're getting like a retainer or something, and they put
Girl,
that
I
shit in your
get
mouth.
it.
Yeah, it solidifies around your tumescent penis, and then it just kind of comes out when you're no longer tumescent. It's a pretty easy process. And she had an exhibition in New
They put
York.
that straw in there so you can breathe. I breathe through my cock.
Oh, well, yeah, you'd need to ask for something.
It's a silly straw.
That's right.
You know who else was pretty big about that same time? Tiny Tim. And
Like
he's-
tiptoe through the
he's-
tulips?
Yeah, he's not really a small guy, so
he's
I don't know
girthy.
where you got the name Tiny,
Oh.
but maybe there was something there.
Well, Cynthia would know. Now, I know this song, but for you lay people who aren't as familiar with Kiss's catalog, perhaps you remember this ode to Cynthia Albritton herself. A stirring tribute.
Still better than Lick It Up.
That's right.
And then we could do my water displacement test with the mold.
Yep.
Oh, sure.
We get the graduated
dude.
cylinder and
Right.
see what dude rocks the hardest.
Yeah,
in
just
this
dip it
town.
in.
I'm told from Chris that we need ball pullers for Indianapolis. So
Yeah,
I don't
so
know
just,
if you have that info.
Email us questions@adamcarolla.com. In the subject line, just put ball puller for Indianapolis, and we'll contact you.
All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grab.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
Last but not least, in the first half, there's JB Weld, world's strongest bond. The brand DIYers and pros have trusted for over 50 years. You can use their epoxies, their super glues, putty sticks, and wraps for projects big and small on practically any surface. And I'm talking about metal, wood, plastics, glass, ceramics, whatever you need to bond together. You keep it in your kitchen drawer, your toolbox, craft supplies, maybe in the garage. I have them at the shop. I have them in the garage. I have them in the tool drawer. I am everywhere. Also, the proud owner of Herculiner, the original DIY truck bed liner. If you're looking for the world's strongest truck bed liner, Herculiner, well, they got you covered, man. JB Weld, it's available everywhere at jbweld.com, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, O'Reilly, Amazon, Michaels, and more. And it's proudly made in the U.S. of A. It is JB Weld.
Exhaust, I assume, starts to fog up your window. You're like, I don't know what's coming. Hope it's something good.
Yeah.
This is
Or
me
slow.
driving the car. Now I'm disgusted with myself.
Thank you, Hans device.
Hey, you got your gloves on.
Disgusted.